This is the homework helper for Workbook 7-4 in the 8th grade textbook entitled Polygons. So let's look at the questions at the top there. In 1 through 6, all those questions have the same direction, and that is to find the sum of the angle measures in each figure. So there's a couple different ways we can do this. We can triangulate the figure, which means we carve the figure into triangles, and then since we know that the angles in a triangle make 180, we take the number of triangles and multiply it by 180, and that gives us the sum of the angle measures in the total shape. So if we were going to do that in question 1, for instance, we would pick a corner and draw a line to every other corner. Now, as you can see, most of those lines are already drawn. To this corner, the line's already there. To this corner, the line's already there. The only corner that doesn't exist for is this corner down there. So when I do that, I end up with 2 triangles. 2 triangles times 180. Again, I'm multiplying by 180 because the angles in a triangle make 180 degrees. 2 times 180 is 360. And that's a factoid we do because that shape up there sure looks like a rectangle. A rectangle has 4 right angles, and 90 degrees each times 4 would give me 360. But the reason that helps us for the other shapes that we see up there is it helps us generate the formula. Because what the formula says here when we want to find the sum of the angle measures is n minus 2 times 180, where n is the number of sides. So all I have to do when I want to find the sum of the angle measures is take the number of sides in the shape, subtract 2, and then multiply by 180. Well, if you look at it, that's really what this did. Look at this question we just did. We had 4 sides, but how many triangles did we generate? 2. Well, if I take 4 and subtract 2, which is what this formula says over here, I get 2, which is exactly what the formula did through triangulation. And then I multiplied by 180 because the triangles make 180 each, and that's how I got my answer. That's the exact same thing the formula does. So let's just use the formula now. We'll count off the number of sides in the shape. So if we're looking at question 2, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides there, so that's a hexagon. I'm going to take my 6 sides and subtract 2, which is 4. And then I'm going to multiply by 180 because of the formula. And again, 180 is the angles of the triangle. And that's going to give me 720 degrees. If you want to see the triangulation, do the same thing we did in question 1. Pick a corner and draw a line to every other corner. Some of them are already there. Notice, when we did that, we got 4 triangles at 180 each, 4 times 180. Well, that looks familiar because that's exactly what we did. 4 times 180 gave me 720. Let's do one more, number 3 here. In number 3, we see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sides. So we start off with 7 and then subtract 2, which is 5. And then multiply by 180, which is again from the triangulation. 5 times 180 is going to give me 900. I said 900 degrees. So the angles in this shape, when I add the angles together, add up to make 900 degrees.